Power on. Connecting.
Hey, what's going on? It's MichaelQLau. I'm here with another episode, Day in the Life, getting out of debt. Alright, so today is, what's today? I am losing track of days. Today is Thursday, second week on the fourth day of going into work. And on yesterday's episode, my phone had just died coming off of work, so I had to do like another episode on like the day after. So this is actually like the same day, right after work. It is about 9:20 right now. So I'm going on my way to work, and my start time is at 9:40, and I'll make it just in time. Just had to get enough sleep. Thankfully, I got like 3 hours of sleep. I was able to eat. Unfortunately, I was not able to make my lunch for tomorrow because I had to make lunch tomorrow. So I actually had to cook some food in order to have lunch. So when I cook food, I put it in the crock pot, set it, and I forget it. And then in about 8 hours, it'll be about ready. Actually, between like 6 and 7 hours, it'll be ready. And then I'll just give it like another 30 minutes just to, make sure. I'm gonna give it 30 minutes because as soon as I go in, I'm going to take a shower, and then I will come back and fix my lunch. It all depends on how I feel, and it really depends on if I actually. It just depends on if it's actually done, honestly. So it should be done by the time that I get back. If not, I'll just let it keep on cooking. All right, so today I actually did some more calculations, and over the weekend I'm actually going to do like a sit down that's going to do a breakdown of what it looks like for me to be able to get out of the debt based on the average of hours that I work every single week. So basically in 4 months and some change, I can be out of debt if I work like 37 and a half hours on average, and that's over the course of 4 months. So by March, January, February, March, April. So by April, I can be out of debt my 13,000, and I actually calculated it for 14,000 because I just want to go ahead and put in the fees and everything of that nature. In the episode, I will talk about my breakdown for making my payments, which ones I am paying first, and then just put the logic behind it, and then where I get the information from. And I'm also going to give you another strategy that you can use that I learned from somebody else that's a financial guru, a credit card financial guru, and her name is like Terry something. I'll put the link down in the description down below.
We work on the areas we can control, aka utilization, to offset the areas we can't control, like collections, charge-offs, repos. Guys, your open available credit, another nugget right here, is the fastest way to increase your personal credit scores, period, okay?
And then in the video that I'm posting up on this weekend, I will drop her information as well. I will also, and in the video, I am going to play a clip to where she basically goes over the strategy. So my strategy is going to be like the snowball method. Basically, you're making the minimum payments to all of your credit cards, and then you're going to attack one debt at a time. I'll tell you specifically which one I'm going to attack first, and then the next one that I'm going to go after subsequently. This is a strategy that's different than what Terry recommends, but I was going to do it this way because that's what I've already started doing. All right, so I said that I was going to talk about what I do when I'm while I'm at work. As you see, my windows are fogged up. It's the same thing in these front windows as well. So you always want to make sure that you are driving safely and that you are able to see. May need to drop on. Yeah, I already got on the heat on like medium. I'm gonna switch the heat on to medium. Because I had it on the windows to defrost. Essentially, what I do is, make sure I don't get the name of the company that I work for, although it is #1 company in Memphis for hiring. And then I do work for #2 in Memphis as well during the day. So can't get away from teaching. But I am so what I do for a day to day is basically when we get there, I'm going to be picked up by my manager until I get my CITA on my badge, so I can be on international grounds and be able to get clearance, so then I can go and move by myself. Thankfully, the place that I work for is going to be in a parking lot, or there's 2 different entrances to the company that I work for, and the main entrance is the one where most of the people work at. Thankfully, I'm able to work at the other one, so then I can do a shuttle, and it's not going to take as much time, and the parking's going to be a lot better than going to the place that I'm currently located at. Right, well, that I have to do right now because I don't have a badge. So that's one thing that I'm thankful for, and I also get to walk there instead of having to rely on the bus. And then I also have to because I'm relying on the bus, that time is going to fluctuate as well. So I have more independence. So by doing that, I'll be able to drastically have more control over, getting to work on time and then leaving work on a set time that I would like to leave as well. So that's one thing that I'm grateful for. And then plus, it's not that much of a walk in order to meet up with everybody as well. So we do have a set time, we have a set place, and it would just be a whole lot easier. Alright, so what I do, there are different cans that are on the planes. And basically what we do is we go on and we move all the cans out of the plane. There's going to be 2 sides to the plane, and then in the back is going to be a big can that's going to be put into the middle. Usually it's going to be like 1 to 3. It depends on what type of plane that we're in. We can be in the 747, we can be in the 777, or there's like another one. I want to say it's called like a bus. I don't know the different names of the planes that they call them, but I will learn those. So basically, we just have to be able to move as we're unloading. We basically just unlock all the locks that are on the ground that keep the cans in place, and then we move them specifically based on the order that the manifest says, and then we just move them off the plane with this contraption that moves and loads everything up. So it moves, it pretty much gets within 2 to 6 inches, actually 4 to 6 inches to the plane, and we push the cans off onto the contraption, and then from there the person that's working it pulls the can off and lowers it all the way down to the ground and puts it onto I forget what it's called now, but one of the trailers essentially. So I'm not seeing a single box at all. I'm not stacking boxes, I'm not loading boxes. I'm just moving all the cans that everybody has already loaded and unloaded boxes into and shut them off. So this is a very physically demanding job compared to the different jobs that I have had at the place that I'm currently working at right now. I worked at some of the different sites known as the Matrix. I worked at SPSS. I worked at North Input, and this is by far one of the easiest places that I have worked at the location. So this is why I feel that I'll be able to keep up the same energy every single day for the course of the next 4 months minimum in order to get out of the debt. And I'm probably not going to work. It's more than likely I'm going to be working until August of next year, just so I can go ahead and work over the course of the summertime and then work through fall break. So then I'm able to, collect some more checks to be able to get to go from out of debt to in a surplus. And the goal is to be able to, once I get out of debt, and then if I work until basically through fall break, I'll be able to, you know, get more of a cushion. I believe it's like 85% of Americans do not have more than $400 as a little safety cushion. So that's one thing that I definitely need to be able to have, especially coming at being in $13,000 in debt right now. So I just want to be able to go to a surplus, so then we're financially secure, more financially secure. You know, financial security is a habit that you build over the course of time, and this is one of the things, and that's why the reason why I'm going at this. I'm basically running the rat race as hard as possible right now, so then I can go ahead and go and get into a surplus, so I can stop and get out of the rat race a lot faster than what I would have done otherwise, not working this job. So that's the whole purpose of doing this. All right, going back to the plane. So basically, you just take them off one by one, according to the order that the person in charge or the team leader is letting you know to take them off of. Once you do that, you pretty much get them all off. The first can that's going to come off is going to be the HAZ can, and the HAZ can is the one that, if there is a HAZ can, it's going to be the one that's closest to the pilot. They put it close to the pilot just in case there's an issue with it. They'll be able to have quick access to it. So it's going to be the one that's closest to the captain first, and then all others after that. And that's pretty much the process for unloading. And then when it's time to load them up, we have to wait for the docking stations for them to attach. Same thing with going onto the plane for deload as well. So wait for them to be able to attach and dock. We also put up cones, so then ramp drivers don't hit them, tug drivers don't hit the plane by accident. Just make it more of a safe place, because it is one of the places that the plane is very sensitive, and it's very sensitive because they want to keep the materials nice and light so the plane can take flight. So again, they want to keep the plane nice and light so the plane can take flight. So it's very easy to be able to cause damage to the outsides of the plane by running into it with one of the steel tug drivers or carts. So once we get onto the cart, as you see somebody rushing to get to work, basically we get onto the plane, and if it will be empty, it will be ready for us to be able to load it up. What we do is we take all the locks, we unlock all the locks with the little red locks that are on the ground, and we do this to be able to do a lock check, make sure that everything is working, and then we begin to load up the cargo. With that being said, it depends on, we load it according to where the person in charge or the team leader tells us to put it. So we just listen to them and we just sort it accordingly, either to the left or to the right, and we just put it all in, and then the HAZ can is going to go in last. It's going to be the first one closest to the pilot. We do this just to make sure that if there's any issues with the HAZ can, the pilots or the people on can have easy access to it to be able to take care of any issue that's going on. All right, so going through the gate right now, about to go ahead and go into work, go ahead and get this thing on thangin'. I don't even know what time it is right now. It's not 9:38. I'm a little bit late, but thankfully she was a little bit late herself as well, so hopefully I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take this protein shake because I was a little bit hungry last night. All right, so I will see you all in just a little bit. Better back this thing on up. But that's basically what it is. It takes probably about like 20 to 30 minutes to be able to load and unload each of the different cars or planes. So I'm about to go ahead and get to that, and then it takes about 30 to 60 minutes for another plane to arrive. So as always, y'all stay friendly fit and infinitely blessed, and I'll see y'all for a little bit to go to recap for how the night went. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe this out, if you want to be able to learn more and join me in this journey of getting out of financial debt so I can build my financial independence. Y'all stay, as always, y'all stay perfectly fit and infinitely blessed. I gotta make sure that I turn off my camera this time.
Power on. Connecting.
Hey, what's going on? It is MichaelQLau. Another shift. And I am out. All right, so the shift went pretty well. I want to say same old, same thing, but it's pretty much the same thing. We did we unloaded 2 airplanes and then we loaded up 2 airplanes. So 2 and 2, and we were through. 2 and 2, and it was through. So it is 4:30 going on right now. It's a little bit cold outside. Got a little bit colder this morning, but we're able to persevere and push through. Easy day of work, a lot of downtime. So if it continues like this, we're gonna easily make it to the goal with a little trepidation. So the manager today asked us if we were open to working on Christmas, which I said that I was, and she even asked if we're open to working on New Year's Eve, which I said that I was as well. So looking forward to working on both of those days. We'll see what I'll be doing on New Year's. But she had informed me that on Christmas we only do about like 4 flights, so it shouldn't be anything too treacherous. So, and I don't even mind working some extra hours and doing things of that nature. So I've worked holidays before. Usually people are just really just relaxing and going from there. Honestly, to tell you the truth, holidays are like the easiest days to work. And at first I really wasn't into working at holidays because I wanted to be able to enjoy the holidays. But as I went through life and actually worked the holiday, I realized it's one of the easier days to be able to work because people just have like the same mindset that I had, that, you know, once it's the holidays, you want to be able to spend time with your friends and family. However, this is one of the easier days to be able to make money. And especially being a teacher, the first and the last week and the first week coming back from a break are one of the easier days. So I just never, for myself personally, just never understood why teachers like to take days off before the holidays, unless you just have to go out of town and you just can't avoid it. But these are one of the easier days, especially like Mondays, coming back to work. A lot of people, you know, they call it Mondays and things of that nature. But really, Mondays are really one of the easier days to work because I guess it's really just a mindset type thing. And once you change your mindset, everything else changes as a result. So once you change your mindset, everything changes as a result. So that's why it's always good to be able to change the way that you think things and put it more into a positive light. And it's actually interesting because I was reading how to Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And one of the things that they did is there was an experiment that he was discussing, and there's 2 groups. And one of the groups both of the groups had issues with diabetes. So in one of the groups, they watched a boring lecture for an hour long, whereas another group, they watched a comedy for an hour long. And what they found is that the group that watched the boring lecture, their glucose levels went up to like 123 mg, whereas the other group that was watching a comedy, their glucose levels slightly went up, but it didn't go up to like 123. to where it was unmanageable. So what the researchers saw was that laughter was able to, tap into the genes and put out different signals for the body. So as a result, the different signals for laughter for the genes were expressed in a different way. And this is why it's very important that you don't blame the environment, you don't blame the different things that are going on around you for your outcomes, because your genes are, everybody has genes, and some genes are expressed and some genes are unexpressed, but we also have the ability to turn on and off our genes. It's based on our emotions and the different chemicals that we allow to flow through our bodies. And I say that we allow to flow through our bodies because when you're laughing, you have dopamine flowing through your body, and it's going to express your genes in a certain way. So in this study, it was just saying how just the chemicals going through the participants' bodies during the experiments turned on their genes in a positive way, to where it reduced their risk to diabetes. And your genes do have a way to be expressed. However, your environmental factors are going to represent 95% of all the ailments that your body is going to have over the course of its life. So there's like 95%. There's only 5% that's really, it may just happen just because it's just going to happen. Like there's nothing that you can really do about it. But that's a 5% chance compared to a 95% chance. So what foods are you eating? What toxic environments are you a part of, where there are relationships or with the different foods that you're eating? Are you eating the best? It's never even about eating the best foods, but just eating foods that are healing towards your body. Like you don't have to be eating, pure organic. Alright, so my alarm had went off, but you don't have to eat, all organic foods to live a healthy lifestyle. It will help, but it's all about just being able to put the right foods inside your body and also moving your body, so then you can, be able to have like the flexibility and the ability to do different things throughout your life. So a lot of times people get caught into like which diet that they need to be doing, which types of foods they need to be doing. No, just do what feels good and feels right for you, and you'll definitely feel the difference, especially if you're eating like fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and things of that nature, because they're going to put the vitamins and nutrients into your body. So then vitamins, nutrients, minerals inside your body, so your body is able to communicate to each other at a certain level. We're actually having part of a discussion about like, what restaurants do we eat at, what restaurants do we not eat at, and eating restaurant food and not eating out, period. And personally, I don't really eat out that much. Probably like once every 2 months, or I'll probably like pick up a side item, so I don't have to go and do a complete side of different things that I really don't even eat that much. So it's all about just knowing what you're putting into your body, and the food that you're eating is either going to heal or it's going to kill you. Are you tired of being tired, of not having enough energy to last you throughout the day? Are you worn out at work, too drained to go to the gym, or too sluggish to play with your kids, and too tired to hang out with your friends and your family? Don't worry, you're not the only one. In fact, 1 in 3 Americans struggle with having enough energy to last throughout the day. But there's good news, because you can change all that by focusing on your gut health. Did you know that your gut has good and bad microbiomes that grow inside of it? And the more that you feed the good, the healthier and livelier that you feel. When you feed the bad ones over time, you start to feel bad, then sad, and it turns to a fad that you feel like you can't escape. And it becomes your personality, aka your personal reality, and you feel like you cannot escape it, and you accept life as it is, and that it won't change.
But that's where you're wrong. You just have to be able to shift your focus. See, most people fall into the trap of the SAD diet, or the standard American diet, which focuses on fast food, which is cheap and high in calories, rather than nature's fast food, which are fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and legumes that help nourish your body so that you can flourish. It's also no mistake that 90% of Americans do not eat enough fruits and vegetables according to the daily recommendations, and that's only 5 servings a day. What if I told you you can have the equivalent of 6 superfood salads all in one that's all natural, organic, whole foods? Yes, natural, organic, whole foods. And you can make and consume it in under a minute, and it only costs $4 a day. So there's no excuse that you need to shop, chop, and cook your foods because it's delivered at your front door. If this sounds good to you, check the description down below and schedule a 15-minute complimentary call so you can see how this can be a fit into your lifestyle. So you can change your personal reality and increase your energy, mood, digestion, sleep, and skin, all by focusing on your gut health, which is the cause to all your symptoms. Don't believe me? Just Google gut health blank and you'll find plenty of research articles that find a connection. Back to the video.
Like, it's really like that blunt. Like, either it's going to lead to life or it's going to lead to death. And I'd rather have my food smell to lead to life so that I can be more fulfilled and live a higher purpose and be able to actually live out my calling. So, but I went in today, clocked in around 9:40, got out at 4:30. So I would tack that onto my timesheet. Like I said, I'm going to do a review of the different times that I have been doing. Jesus. And I will do an updated. Went down to New Street. I don't know where I'm at. Turn over here. My mirrors are foggy. Alright. Back on track now. Whew. Alright, so because it is so cold outside and these are not the colder parts of the season, I'm going to go ahead and buy some stuff so I can stay warmer because we sit still a lot, which I'm thankful for because I had to get up and stress myself out, stress my body out, and jump up and down slides or anything of that nature. I'm just really just sitting down on the cart, pushing stuff, pulling stuff, and bending down to lock things. And this is the easiest job I've probably had. Well, I can't say the easiest job because me and the manager on duty, it's a lot easier. And then I get to do some things as far as work on different things on the computer as well that I need to get done for myself personally. So looking forward to continuing on this journey. I'm going to go home, take a shower. I'm not going to eat, even though I could. Go ahead and take out this chicken that's in the process of being cooked on the crock pot. It should easily be done. Yep, this is definitely done. And I'm going to go ahead and get that ready so I can go ahead and prepare my meal in the morning time whenever I wake up, which I'll be waking up. It's 4:44, take a shower. Probably wake her up around 6:30. Go ahead and get prepared for the day and go from there. I may actually just go ahead and eat something so then I don't have to worry about eating when I get back up. We'll see. Alright, so the whole conundrum I'm in right now. I may actually go get some breakfast this morning. We'll get some breakfast now. However, the places that I usually go to get breakfast are not open. interesting. Very interesting. It's cool though. So I guess I'll probably end up getting some Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit breakfast and go from there. Because we do not have any eggs for me to cook. Better yet, you know what, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is really teaching me something, because I always said, like, the more money that you make, or the more, like, when you expect to receive some money, you have a desire to get and buy other things. So instead of going out and buying something to eat for just myself, I am actually going to just go ahead and do a protein shake for breakfast and roll on to work. I'll just do it that way. Save some buckets so I can keep my income high and my liabilities low. And this is one way that you can avoid lifestyle creep, which is the more money that you make, the more you want to be able to enhance your workout as a result. I need to talk to my neighbor. I went down the wrong street. What am I doing? All right, so I need to talk to some of my neighbors, because I think they have 2 new cars and they still have 2 of their old cars. So I'm trying to see what they are planning to do with those cars, because I am in a Turo. So hopefully I'll be able to buy it for them or persuade them to allow me to rent their car onto Turo. And I may just pay their, give them like a monthly allotment to allow me to be able to use their car. Just different ideas. And the great thing about, you know, having the mindset of generating money is that when you see opportunities and you're in the right place and you're the right person at the time, you can then capitalize on these different ideas that are coming. So we're gonna see. All right, pulled up to the spot. It is 4:48. Better go ahead and call it a wrap for the day. As always, y'all stay fearfully fit and fearfully blessed. And always like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what did you enjoy about this video, and then what do you want to know more information about, rather how I deal with like my sleep-wake schedule, how I'm doing as far as like my being just working, being a teacher, because this is Teacher After Dark, going into how I am going into getting out of all of debt and then building my financial future going into the future. So 9 months going in is going to look very nice. Once I continue on this effort, 6 months is definitely going to be a game changer. So definitely better get these holiday hours in these next 2 weeks and go and get it in. Till next time, like, share, and subscribe. Share this out to somebody that you love, somebody that is going through a journey of financial success and security and literacy. Go ahead and have them tap in so they can go and get some steps along the way, and also be able to change their mindset as well. As always, y'all stay infinitely fit and infinitely blessed.